Today, I'm very happy to have the chance to give the Dhamma talk to you. And also, I would like to say thank to the organizer who arranged for this Dhamma talk. And also, I would like to say to thank to all the audience who participate in this. Now, I would like to explain about how to attain Jhana and Panna. Why we should develop concentration to attain Jhana? I would like to explain to you. Firstly, I would like to say what's the purpose to practice meditation. Purpose to practice meditation is to realize Nibbana. If we want to realize Nibbana, we should follow the Buddha teaching, the noble. What's a noble eightfold path? Samadhi, right view. Sammasankappa, right thoughts. Sammakamanda, right speech. Sammavacha, right speech. Sammakamanda, right action. Sammaājiva, right livelihood. Sammavayama, right efforts. Sammasati, right mindfulness. Sammasamadhi, right concentration. These eight are called a noble eightfold. Right speech, right action, right livelihood. These three are called morality aggregate, sila kanda. Samadhi kanda, right efforts, right mindfulness, right concentration. These three are called concentration aggregate, samadhi kanda. Right views and right thoughts, these two are called panya kanda, wisdom aggregate. Tonight, because we have the limited time, I mean to explain all the details. But I want to explain what is concentration aggregate, samadhi kanda. There are among the noble eightfold paths you may see right concentration, sammasamadhi. What is sammasamadhi? First jhana, second jhana, third jhana, and the fourth jhana. This is called right concentration, samadhi kanda. So in order to realize Nibbana, firstly, we should observe morality. Secondly, we should develop concentration. After that, we should develop wisdom. So in meditation, there are two types of meditation. Samatha meditation and Vipassana meditation. Samatha meditation is the development of concentration, and Vipassana meditation is the development of wisdom knowledge. Samatha is a very important foundation for Vipassana meditation. In the Khandha Samyutta and Satya Samyutta, the Buddha says, Samadhi bhikkhave bhaveta Samahito bhikkhave bhikkhu yatha buddham bhajanati pasati. Bhikkhus cultivate concentration. With concentration, bhikkhus understand things as they really are. This is why beginners are greatly encouraged to practice fast samatha, so as to develop deep and powerful concentration. Then can they practice vipassana to see the true natures of things. There are 40 samatha meditation subjects, but we usually teach beginner anapanasati, mindfulness of breathing, because most yogis succeed with that method. Among 40 samatha meditation subject, any subject if you choose to develop, you may attain access concentration and absorption concentration. Some samatha meditation you may attain until attainment concentration, atasama. For example, if you develop concentration with 4 elements, you may attain access concentration. If you choose the amount Kasina meditation, you may attain first jhana to until attainment concentration. If you practice Anapana meditation, you may attain first jhana to fourth jhana. So, in the Samyutta Nikaya, the Buddha praised Anapanasati. Bhikkhus, this concentration through mindfulness of breathing, one develop and practice much, is both peaceful and divine. It is an unrotted peaceful abiding, and its earnest and stay evil and wholesome thoughts as soon as they arise. The Visuddhimagga say also, mindfulness or breathing as a meditation subject is foremost among the various meditation subjects of all Buddhas, some Pacceka Buddha, and some Buddha disciples as a basis for attaining destination and abiding in bliss here and so you should have strong faith in this meditation subject and practice it with respect. How to sit. So if you want to practice any meditation, firstly, you can choose a suitable place. In the Mahastrikana Sutta, Buddha explained the suitable place. There are 3 places are suitable to practice meditation. Number 1, Aranya Gato, go to the forest. Rukha Mula Gato, go to the foot of the tree. Sonya Gara Gato, go to the secluded place. So if you don't have the chance to go outside at your home, you can choose the suitable time, early morning or before you are asleep. These are also suitable at home to practice meditation. How to sit. Keep your leg crosswise. Do not press one leg with another. Ujjangaya Panidaya keeps our body and head straight. Close your eyes and mouth. Do not touch or bite your teeth. Keep your hands on the knees or on the laps, joining them together. Do not grasp your hand tightly. So if you practice the meditation, you should put aside all thoughts, including all worries and plans. You should reflect on the fact that all conditioned things are impermanent. They will not follow your wishes, but will follow only their own causes. It is useless to try to grasp them. It is useful to put them aside while you are meditating. Relax your body and mind. Breathe naturally. Full natural efforts. If your mind is busy, you cannot meditate well. Feel free. If you control or force your breathing, you will be tired and cannot maintain the concentration for more than 20 minutes. So you concentrate around your nostril or upper lip. You need to try naturally breathe in, breathe out. When you breathe in, you should know in breath. When you breathe out, you should know out breath. Breathe in, breathe out. breathe in, breathe out. When the thought arises, count your breath from 1 to 8, again and again. For example, breathe in, breathe out 1, breathe in, breathe out 2, breathe in, breathe out 3, breathe in, breathe out 4. 1 to 8. You can use counting number 1 to 8 again and again. If you use the counting number, you can use between 5 to 10. You should not use less than 5 and no more than 10. Between 5 to 10, any number you can. If you use counting number 1 to 8, you try breathe in, breathe out 1, 2, 3 by this way. 1 to 8, 1 to 8, 1 to 8, again and again. When you feel pain, you can change your posture. Focus on the breath whenever and wherever. So if you practice anapanasati, mindfulness of breathing, you should not follow inside or outside your body. Do not focus on any natural or individual characteristic about sabhava lakkhana, such as heat, cool, hotness, and softness, etc. Do not focus on any general characteristic, such as impermanence, nature, suffering, dukkha, anatta, non-self. Do not focus on any shapes or color. Do not emphasize focusing on the touching sensation of skin. Do not count your breath more than 10 and less than 5. Do not follow any present and unpresent feelings. Where to focus on? Number 1, at the tips of nose. Number 2, on the upper lips. 3, anywhere around the nostrils. This is the system of Anapana meditation. Different people may have different phobia. Even the nostril area, some people they may more clear to aware left side or right side. Because of this reason, any obvious area, just concentrate this area. After you have relaxed your body and have resolved to stop all other thoughts, you should place your mind on the area where you are in out breath, touching your skin or the touching point. It is the area around your nostril and the top of upper lips. But you feel the breath in one of those two places. Then keep your mind with the breath and be aware of it all the time. To explain this, we should give example, the example of a gatekeeper. The gatekeeper does not pay attention to people who have already gone inside or outside the town. He pays attention only the people who arrive at the gate. In the same way, the breath that have gone inside and outside are not the yogi concern. His concern is only the breath that arrive at the touching point, the gate. He does not pay attention to the teach of the soul coming and going. Although he knows the teach of the soul coming and going, he just pay attention to the mark on the lawn and the teach touching on the lawn. So, in the Mahastripana Sutta, Buddha explained 4 ways of mindfulness of breathing, 4 stages of mindfulness of breathing. So Sayadaw assessati. He mindfully breathe in. So Sayadaw assessati. He mindfully breathe out. When he breathe in long, he understand I breathe in long. When he breathe out loud, he understand I breathe out loud. When he breathe in short, he understand I breathe in short. When he breathes out short, he understand I breathe out short. Long breath, short breath. Another one is the whole breath. I shall breathe and experience the whole breath body as it trait. I shall breathe out, experiencing the whole breath body as it traits. Number 4 stage is called the body formation. The body formation as it trait. In Anapana meditation, if you practice, you just try literally breathe in and breathe out. So sometimes the breath may long, sometimes the breath may short, sometimes breath may subtle. Whether long or short or subtle, that is not your responsibility. You just try and naturally breathe in and out. You should not for your breath to be short or to be long or to be subtle. Just try naturally whether long or short or subtle. Just follow naturally, breathe in and breathe out. At the beginning, you may have a lot of wandering thoughts. So, in order to remove your wandering mind, you can use the counting number again and again. Breathe in, breathe out 1, breathe in, breathe out 2, breathe in, breathe out 3. 1 to 8, again and again. Some meditators, although they are using the counting number, their mind are still wandering. So in this case, we just try patiently breathe in and breathe out. And also you can do determination. During 1 to 8, my mind not to wandering. You try 1 to 8, 1 to 8, 1 to 8, again and again. If you use the counting number again and again, although you have the wandering thoughts, your mind may not wandering very far. So, and this way, if you try slowly, you may easily to concentrate around your nostril or. How long you need to use the counting number? You can use the counting number and then you can concentrate 30 minutes to 1 hour. Slowly, you can try to increase 5 minutes to 10 minutes. If you already can concentrate about 10 minutes, next session you should try to concentrate about 20 minutes. 30 minutes, 14 minutes. And this way, slowly, you can increase your concentration. Every meditation session, if you already can concentrate 30 minutes to 1 hour, you don't need to use the counting number. Just try, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. How you can know that you are improving. When you feel free and comfort, when you feel joy and rapture, when you can know the breath continuously and effortlessly without any thoughts. When you can see the light, when you can see nimitta. At the beginning, you may feel very uncomfortable. You may feel very unhappy because you are not experiencing meditation. If you practice around 30 minutes to 1 hour, you already feel discomfort. But if you already can increase your concentration, your body will feel very comfort. Your mind will feel joy and rapture. And this way, you may know, oh, my meditation is improving. At the beginning, you may have difficulty, you may feel unhappy, you may feel discomfort. But you should try patiently. The symbols of you are who acquire the threshold of jhana. Number, we realize how difficult to get a treasure of jhana. He will guard and love it with great affection, feeling reverence for it. He appreciates the value of it. So, if you practice Anapanna meditation, it is restrained by mindfulness and efforts. To restrain its modality training, it brings concentration and wisdom. So, the practitioner is cultivating, developing, and training three higher trainings by practicing mindfulness of breathing. So if you practice Anapanna meditation, slowly, your mind becomes subtle and subtle. Before meditation, the breath is gross because the mind and the body is not tranquilized. After starting meditation, mind and body become tranquilized and the breath becomes subtle. It will be subtle and subtle according to this stage. First jhana vichara, first jhana, the same explanation, and the second jhana, and the third jhana, and the fourth jhana. Slowly, the breath will be subtle and subtle. If you already attain jhana, assess concentration or absorption concentration, after that you can go vipassana meditation. If you practice vipassana meditation, you need to begin 4 elements. When you practice 4 elements meditation, also your breath will become more subtle than before. After 4 elements meditation, you need to practice rupa meditation. After that, nama meditation, and this way. So when you practice nama meditation, is the breath with subtle than rupa meditation. What is right efforts for the meditator? It is at the mind and body. At the mind means readiness to meditate. The right efforts can subside impurity and thoughts. To prove of right efforts is subsides impurity. If you can try to increase your concentration, 30 minutes to 1 hour, 1 hour to 1 hour, 30 minutes extra, at the time the light limiter will. There are 2 types of the light of wisdom and limiter light. The light of wisdom means at the beginning, the light and the breath will not together, will not unify. Some meditators, they may see the light from their forehead, from their face, and from their different part of the body. This is called the light of wisdom. If the light and the breath not yet unified, you need to pay attention to the light. Just focus around your nostril area. So when the light and the breath become together, that is called nimitta. So if the light and the breath become together unified, at the time you don't need to pay attention to the breath. Just focus unified area of the light. Now you see, when the nimitta and the breath become one, that is called nimitta. At the time you just concentrate one area of the light and the unified. So the nimitta of anapanasati varies according to the individual. To some, the nimitta is pure and fine, like cotton wool. According to the Visuddhimagga explanation, there are 70 types of the nimitta. Some meditator, they may see like the sun, some they may see like the moon, some they may see like the rubies. Some are like the pure and fine, like cotton wools, or drawn or cottons, moving hair or drops, a bright light like the morning star Venus, a bright ruby or gem, or a bright pulse. The stems of a cotton plant or a sharpened piece of wood. To others, it is like a long rose or stream. A wreath of flowers, a pot of smoke. A stretched out spider web. A flame of mist, a lotus. Chariot wheel, a moon or a sun. Manya Sahaya, different people, they see different nimitta than your previous person. So anyway, you may see the different lights, different form. So you don't need to pay attention the different lights or different. You just pay attention one area of the light where unified with the people. There are three types of nimitta. Number one, parikama nimitta, parikala. This is called parikama nimitta. The second nimitta is called ugaha nimitta, patangu kala. The third nimitta is called patibaga nimitta, like the morning star. This patibaga nimitta is the object of jhana concentration, upachara or apana jhana. For the beginner, sometimes the light will be appear or disappear. So if not yet stable, you don't need to pay attention on the light. Just concentrate on the breath only. So if the light and the breath become together and stable longer, so at the time you just concentrate one area or the. At the time, the light will become more brighter and brighter. We become Patibhaga. If you already can concentrate in the Patibhaga nimitta, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour extra, at the time the jhana factor will arise. So if you discern Goenga Mando and the nimitta together, you may understand the jhana factor. In the first jhana, there are 5 jhana factor. Vitaka, applying thought, vichara, sustain thought, piti, join, sukha, bliss, ekagata, one-pointedness. You need to try to mastery the first jhana, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3. If you are satisfied in the first jhana, you can go the second jhana. There are 3 jhana factor, piti, sukha, ekagata. After you are mastering the second jhana, you can go the third jhana, the fourth jhana also. In the third jhana, there are 2 jhana factor, sukha and ekagata. In the fourth jhana, there are also 2 jhana factor, upekha, equanimity, and one-pointedness. In the fourth jhana also, you need to turn to mastery. After that, you can go vipassana. Okay, that is explanation on to attain the jhana concentration. Wisdom also on to attain wisdom knowledges. In vipassana, if we explain also, we need to explain very long time. Now, and briefly ways, you need to know in vipassana meditation, there are 2 types of meditation. In samatha meditation, there are 40 samatha meditation. In vipassana meditation, there are 60 knowledges, 3 groups of the knowledge. Nyata parinya, to know full knowledge. Tirana Parinya, investigation, full knowledge. Ahana Parinya, abandonment, full knowledge. Three knowledges of Vipassana meditation in order to realize Nibbana. Need to practice this Vipassana meditation. The first knowledge called Jnata Parinya. Two objects of Vipassana meditation. Nama meditation and Rupa meditation. So in order to understand the first knowledges of Vipassana, Jnata Parinya, you need to practice Nama Rupa meditation and dependent origination. These two are the object of Vipassana. If you start to practice Vipassana meditation, you need to begin 4 elements meditation. After that, you can practice Nama meditation, Rupa meditation, Nama meditation. After that, you can practice dependent origination. After you already understand this object of Vipassana meditation, you can go another knowledge. You can contemplate impermanence nature, suffering nature, non-self nature, or mentality, and they are called. So in the Vipassana meditation, if you already understand Nama, Rupa, and Nibbana, you can contemplate nature, impermanent, suffering, dukkha, and anatta, non-self. If your Vipassana knowledge will become mature, you may realize Nibbana. And this way, you can develop your Western knowledge. There are 16 knowledges, Western knowledges of Vipassana. Okay, just now I have already explained the Western knowledges.
Yeah.
So, the first knowledges of Vipassana meditation called Jnata Parinya, investigation to knowledge. In order to understand Jnata Parinya, the known full knowledge. In order to understand this Jnata Parinya, you need to practice Dhamma meditation, Rupa meditation, and dependent origination. Any question? How to attain the jhana concentration? These Vipassana knowledge and concentration are related to each other. For example, if you want to understand dependent origination, paticcasamuppada, you need to understand Rupa and Nama meditation. After you understand Nama and Rupa meditation only, you can practice paticcasamuppada. In order to understand Nama and Rupa clearly, you should have concentration. If you have concentration, you may understand clearly this Nama, Rupa, and dependent origin. After that, you can continue the other knowledges of Vipassana. You can contemplate impermanence nature, suffering nature, non-self nature, or mentality, materiality, and their causes. If your Vipassana knowledge become mature, you may reach the third knowledge, Vipassana meditation, abandonment, full knowledge, Panna Prajna. This is the stages of Nibbana. What a beginner may a little bit complicated for the Western knowledges, but you need to take the time to study. No need to worry and not understand. You don't need to worry. Because you are beginner, suddenly you may not understand these uses. But only you can memorize 3-4 training, Sila, Samadhi, Panya, modality, concentration, and Western knowledges. Firstly, you can observe modality at least 5%. After that, you can develop concentration. Among 40 samatha meditation, you can choose any one to attain access concentration or absorption concentration. This is called samadhi. After that, you can develop Western knowledge. Firstly, you need to understand Nama, Rupa, and dependent origination. After that, you need to contemplate impermanence nature, suffering nature, and non-self nature of Nama, Rupa, and dependent origination. So, by this way, your vipassana knowledge will mature. One day, you may realize Nibbana. This is the brief way how to attain Jhana and Panna. Now you already understand by brief way, Sila, Samadhi, and Panna related to each other to realize Nibbana. May all you will practice according to the Buddha teaching, the Noble Eightfold Path, step by step, until to realize Nibbana very soon.
Dhamma friends, we enter the question and answer session.
Sayadaw, I want to ask Sayadaw that during the meditation, recently I have feel a strong sensation of happiness. After the during the meditation and after minute, I feel that there's some insight telling me that this is so-called happiness, sukha that I feel. And then also after that, I feel a very strong virya, a very strong determination for me to keep doing meditation. And even in the early morning, around 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning, I get up myself and I meditate, Sayadaw. Of course, it may not be that long because I need to work around 30 minutes. And of course, I build it every day. And for the last 1 to 2 weeks, I really feel a very strong virya and also strong of understanding and sada that this is the correct way for me to practice, Sayadaw.
Please, little by this way.
Yeah, so, and then with this kind of feeling, sensation, strong of determination, how did Sayadaw see that, and Sayadaw maybe can lead me how I can proceed to the practice, Sayadaw?
Now, one day, how many sessions can you practice?
Usually, 1 to 2. For the last 1 month, I have been continuously 1 to 2 hours, Sayadaw, every day. And for the last 2 weeks, I may practice 2 sessions. Morning, around 4 or 3 or 5 a.m. Once I get up, around 30 minutes. And after work, I practice again another 30 to 1 hour, Sayadaw.
Okay, good. For the householder, easily to practice the whole. Because of this reason, during one day, 1 to 2 sessions, 30 minutes to 1 hour, you can practice by this way. Especially you may have more time in the weekend day, so at the time you can practice 2 to 3 sessions. 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes. If you can increase by this way, you may more improve.
So Sayadaw, the sensation that I feel, the sada, the strong belief in the Dhamma, the virya, the wrong push, how did Sayadaw see my understanding? And also I want to tell Sayadaw that I can sometimes feel the dukkha, or when during the meditation, this is dukkha, because once I feel the happiness, then it change, and then also change again, so anicca. So another feeling that's telling me, this is dukkha, this is anicca. But I want to be honest, Sayadaw, I never feel that there is anatta. There's no insight to feel that there is anatta, Sayadaw. Maybe Sayadaw also can guide me.
Want to know that which meditation to practice now?
Yeah, I have to continue, Sayadaw, see?
Which meditation method?
What type of meditation?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sayadaw, I'm doing a rising and falling of the abdomen, Sayadaw.
Rising and falling. Huh?
Yeah, maybe Sayadaw can guide me. Or I know there are many ways that somebody use anapanasati. I understand that Sayadaw describe about anapanasati. I have been, in the beginning until now, I have been doing a rising and falling. But of course, I'm prepared to do if Sayadaw can guide me and give me more explanation, Sayadaw.
Okay, now if you want to follow our instruction, now we are teaching according to the Buddha explanation, Samatha and Vipassana. All 40 Samatha meditation, which one you want to choose, we are choose to teach. You want to practice Anapana or 4 elements meditation. That's how we are, because in the part of what explanation in the sutta, and also in the Mahasipana Sutta, what their explanation, we teach according this way. So now, okay, according to your experience, you may practice rising and falling. But we are in our center, we not teach this one. So if you want to know according to Anapana meditation or 4 elements meditation, so anyway, you can ask, we can give this suggestion. So these arising fallings are we not teach in our center. So that's also now according my explanation, what you want to know, you can ask.
So Sayadaw, from what I explained to Sayadaw, may I know, Sayadaw, of course, actually I want to know where is my position now, Sayadaw? How far and how I need to climb more to reach the first jhana, or how, Sayadaw? I humbly ask Sayadaw to explain to me how and where is my position.
So now we already explained how to attain the jhana. If you want to attain the jhana, so you need to choose among 40 samatha meditation. That's according to Buddha explanation. Other teacher explanation we are not had the command to do. So if you want to practice anapana or any samatha meditation, any subject you may attain assess concentration or discussion. After that, you can go vipassana meditation. Okay, now any meditation, if you practice, if you are aware in your object, anyway, you may be happy, you may feel comfort at the nature of the meditation.
So from what I explained, is it any?
But that's according to your experience. Okay, if you feel comfort, if you feel happy, okay, we can say that is good. But by arising, falling, we are not teaching this way. If you want to know, according my explanation, our explanation here, explain more easily.
I do understand that maybe the method I'm doing is a bit different. I use the rising and falling. Of course, I tell that I'm open to switch to my method, and of course, humbly today I want to ask Sayadaw maybe by what my experience now, how far. Of course, we want to reach the jhana. Everybody want to reach. Of course, I'm very humble and want to say maybe Sayadaw can explain to me like where is my position now. Is it because I read some books, people must say that once you feel the wrong sada, once you feel the wrong push viriya, you may be reaching there, but of course I am very humble and I may not be that. May not
okay,
be.
I will explain. Okay, I will explain now. Okay, now you want to attain the jhana. Okay, you want to attain the jhana. If you want to attain the jhana, so these arising fallings are not the way to the jhana. The reason is now, if you want to practice anapana meditation, actually rising, falling, and also you pay attention to the wind, one in your stomach rising and falling. Okay, but according to the anapana way, if you want to attain the jhana, you need to concentrate only around your nose to the. You don't need to follow inside and outside. But I have no command what you are practicing, but what you are way to follow, that's no recommend. Okay, if you want to attain the jhana among 40 samatha meditation, you can choose any one to attain whether assess concentration or question concentration. These arising falling are not mentioned in the samatha meditation. We are not seeing. So if you want to attain the jhana, you need to follow among 40 subjects samatha meditation.
So Sayadaw, may I ask that from what I tell my experience, am I still far from jhana, Sayadaw?
Because the different object, you want to go jhana are impossible.
Possible, okay.
Possible. Because if you want to practice the 4 elements meditation, you need to discern earth elements, water elements, fire elements, wind. These are also not only your stomach, you need to discern the whole body. Even these 4 elements, you may attain only access concentration. For example, if you want to practice down vipassana meditation, it is also you may attain first jhana or assess concentration. If you practice kasina meditation, you may attain first jhana to take attainment concentration. If you practice loving kindness meditation, you may attain first jhana to third jhana concentration. So metta, karuna, compassion, meditation, mudita, sympathetic joy, upekha, equanimity. That also you may attain the jhana concentration. Practice this. But arising and falling are not mentioned in the samatha meditation. Because of these, to attain the jhana, we cannot see. Understand?
Sayadaw, his name is Brother Johnny. Brother Johnny is asking within the 40 samatha meditation subject, which one is more suitable according to one's character? So some people maybe different characters. So maybe a more suitable one will make our meditation faster. So how could we know which meditation subject which is suitable for us?
So for yourself, you may not know easily which subject is most. But according our master, our Sayadaw is the experience. God, he already teach many years. Which person is suitable with meditation subject. According his experience, most of the beginners are suitable with Anapana. Also in the Vietnamese Sangha also explain Anapana Moha Charitasa Vitaka Charitasa. This Anapana meditation is most suitable for the people who have a lot of moha, ignorance, and vitaka. Vitaka is wandering thoughts. Everybody have a lot of wandering thoughts, less and much. Some are even in the night time, they cannot sleep very well. Why? They have to think about. Because of this reason, according to this Vietnamese Sangha explanation also for the beginner to develop Anapana. At the beginning, you can start to practice Anapana. Although you practice Anapana long time, if you are not successful, okay, according to our experience, you can change other meditation. Buddha Nusati or Metta Bhavana, or we can change to teach in this way.
Sayadaw, actually he is practicing Anapanasati, and then because he always set the alarm when he is meditating, maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour, but during the meditation he feels like his sensor, like the ear, he like a block, so he doesn't really care about the noise and everything. He feels wonderful about it, and after the meditation it can feel like last for around 20 seconds, something like that. Even though there is no nimitta, what status is that? He feels very comfortable at that stage.
If very comfortable, that's okay. So if you see the light, we can mention the stage. How long can you concentrate your concentration? For example, if you already can concentrate 1 hour, 30 minutes. Also, if the light gray color appear, okay, we can say that is parikama nimitta, parikama bhavana. And this way, if you can increase your concentration, if you already see white color nimitta, you already reach around stage. Parikama bhavana also. If you already see the bright nimitta, we can say that is you already attain assess concentration stages. You already can maintain 1 hour, 2 hours. At the beginning, if you already can maintain a normal concentration, okay, we just can say that's how you are improved. But how long can concentrate, how long can you maintain the concentration, you need to you may have a different sensation. For those are not your meditation object, because of this, for this, any sensation, any feeling you need to pay attention. Just because you need to pay attention is only how long can you increase your little by little you can 5 to 10 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, 30 minutes to 40 minutes this way. That only your responsibility to increase your. Suddenly 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, impossible to increase rapidly. So little by little, you can try to increase. You don't need to think in which level I want to reach. You don't need to think. Just try to maintain your concentration only.
Coming from Jan Castono, asking Sayadaw, please advise how to develop and practice compassion. And if meditation is one of the methods, kindly help to advise.
Compassion, karuna. For these four sublime body, I need to give the one day and then. Okay, for the karuna compassion, if you want to practice, you need to pay attention. Person who had a suffering, same such body. So, yang sapuri so dukkha mochantu. And this way, you need to decide. Okay, I will show you. Karuna. Sabbe sada dukkha mochantu. This good person be released from all suffering. You need to pay attention to the suffering that of your symptoms. For example, for male, for female. And Pali words also you can use. Sabbe sada dukkha mochantu. Sabbe sada dukkha mochantu. If only one person, ayam saburi so dukkha mochantu. Ayam saburi so dukkha mochantu. This good person be released from his suffering.
We go to the next question, Shadow. Coming from Telegrams, our brother named Hadi. He asked, in the nostril there are two holes, which means two touching points. Please advise which touching point we should focus on.
You should focus is any obvious part of your nostril or upper lip. Somebody did more obvious around your nostril. More obvious from their nostril area. So for those persons, just concentrate from the nostril area. Some meditator, they are more obvious from the upper lip. Okay, for those just focus from the upper lip. Okay, I may focus nostril upper lip as a no need. Any obvious area only you are responsibility to.
So left and right, okay, that we did the left side obvious, then just focus on the left side.
Even on right side, some meditator not safe. Some meditator more obvious in the left side, for those are just aware from the. Some are more obvious from the right side, for those are just concentrate from the right side.
Sayadaw, I was asking like what meditation subject that he is practicing, because he asked another thing. So he said he is focusing after he relaxed the body and mind. He tried to focus on the breath, but after a while only he sees so many realms, like the Dewa or the vocal realms and any other realms. So by that time, some of the beings try to ask for help. So he's asking, like, can I help the other beings? Because they were asking for help. And then, am I? Does he is doing the right meditation way, and how to continue? If he is right, how to continue? If he is wrong, he also want to know how to practice meditation in the right way.
Okay, trying to help yourself first. We still need to help ourselves a lot. And to improve yourself first. Some people, because of a lot of connection, also pay attention many things in outside. Sometimes become very a lot of the problem. So because of this, if not pay attention, if not connect with many things, that's better for your meditation. Have other living beings, okay, you do Osam come up, after that you can share kusala, marriage, that's the good ways. Why now you are still practice. If you follow, if you pay attention, many object, you may not increase your meditation. Now, if you practice Anapana meditation, or concentrate in Anapana, try to increase the concentration more and more. That's the good way for you.
Sayadaw, she is asking about her meditation. While you were meditating, then I asked her whether she saw light or not. She said no, but something telling her that it is vitaka, it is vichara, it is sukha, it is ekagata, something like that. So is it correct way that she is entering jhana or not? That is the first question. And the second question, just now Sayadaw explained about after the jhana concentration, we can continue to vipassana, which is the object is nama and rupa. How to practice the nama and rupa?
Okay, if I explain about it, then I need to explain another one more here.
That's why.
You can come to Batam to learn, huh? Because I will explain. Now already later, we explain another 1 hour. I think on the time how to understand Dhamma and Rupa. Another is now without the nimitta, your jhana are not really jhana. Vitaka vichara, you can discern although no nimitta, but not really the jhana object. Is the nimitta only the object of the jhana concentration? Really assess of social concentration. If you want to attain, you need to try to increase your concentration until you can see the light nimitta, bright color nimitta. That's called patibhaga nimitta. This patibhaga nimitta is the object of assess concentration or absorption concentration. Sometimes in the assess concentration stage also, although no nimitta, sometimes you may have the blissful, sometimes may have the pity, the joy, and that also may have. But that is not the really the jhana yet. You still try to increase your concentration until you see the light nimitta. That is the proper way to attain the jhana concentration. You can see here Nama and Rupa you see here. If you want to practice Rupa meditation, firstly you need to begin 4 elements meditation. You need to discern the whole body, earth elements, water elements, fire elements, wind. This way you can develop concentration. At the time if you discern the 4 elements, slowly your concentration will be increased. You may see small particle kalapa. If you see small particle kalapa, you need to discern also 4 elements. And also you need to discern color, odor, flavor, nutritive acid. And this way 8 types of materiality. Hand do, ear do, nose do, tongue do, body do. And briefly it will explain, you need to discern to understand the rupa is do 42 part of the body. Internally, externally, you need to discern. Firstly, 4 elements. After that, 8 types of materiality, 9 types of materiality, 10 types of materiality. Some materiality are caused by the karma, some materiality are caused by the chitta, consciousness, some materiality are caused by the temperature, some materiality are caused by the need. So 4 causes of materiality we need to understand. It's 42 part of the body, internally, externally, need to discern for that rupa. There are 4 noble truths. There are 4 noble truths. So among 4 noble truths, the 1st noble truth is called the noble truth of suffering, dukkha satya. In order to understand the 1st noble truth of suffering, dukkha satya, we need to discern nama and rupa. Firstly, you need to practice rupa meditation. It's 42 parts of the body. After that, you can practice nama meditation. This nama, the consciousness cannot arise alone, association with mantafata. Because of this reason, here you can see, firstly you need to discern each mandapata, chitasika, and consciousness of each mind movement of the various type of mental process, chitta viti. Understand nama and rupa internally, externally. At the time you may not see any other ibu, any other swami, any other anas. Any other anas, only nama and rupa. You need to understand. Evasion Konda Sharamir or Rabi Avdami. Etawaracha Amehi Sambadam Punya Sambadam Sabbe Deva Numodandu Sabbe Buddha Numodandu Sabbe Satta Numodandu Apa Sampati Siddhiya Yambe Nyatinang Hotu Ida Hundu Nyatayo Yambe Nyatinang Hotu Ida Hundu Nyatayo Yambe Bonyang Sawakayang Hotu Yambe Bonyang Anasa Jayo Hotu Amma Punya Bagang Vasadanang Isabi Sama Abagang Bandu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's read the statement of truth, Culawaga Pali, Vinaya Pitaka together, Pali and meaning. Athana metang hikawe anawakaso yang parupakamena tathagatang jiwita woropea anupakamena hikawe tathagata parinibayanti etena sacawajena sotite hotu sabada. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.